Hello. Welcome back to a nightly live stream from yours truly, Kite. Tonight's question is, why pump? Why you pump? When I just want you to dump. Stop being a chump and show me that badonkadonk rump. This concludes the nightly poem live stream of crypto. Good night. Howdy doody. Absolutely lifted off like a rocket, which wasn't totally unexpected. Like I said, we've been sitting in kind of this bullish position for quite some time now, putting up a fight. So at the moment, I'd probably be looking for a retest of, like the 0.5 to 0.382 area. And my hope would be that's a retest. Possibly coming back up to retest this left shoulder here and building out a right shoulder. That's my hope. All right. Whether or not it happens, like I'm not predicting that it will happen. That's what I'm hoping will happen. But, I mean, if the market really wants to go up, it's going to fish. That's the only language he understands. It's the only thing that catches his attention. I'm sorry. There you go. All right. It's going to have a lot of resistance to fight through. But we'll see. We could definitely try to take out this high here, but with this resistance zone, it's going to be tough. All right, looking at the daily time frame indicators, we looked at them yesterday. The daily MACD is definitely trying to make a try to the upside, but you can see a lot of the times like back here and back here, those have not been lasting traditionally long. So we'll continue to see if this plays out, but I'm definitely still on the short side. He said debt ceiling agreement, maybe. We went over this all yesterday. All right. I got into a whole heated thing about it. All right. Can we please start reading the articles? Stop just looking at headlines. Stop listening to people on Twitter that go, debt ceiling has been signed. No. All right. It's literally just Joe Biden and McCarthy trying to come up with a plan. It's a rough draft. All right. And then now they're trying to sell that rough draft to the House. And then it needs to be signed into law, not into law, but passed. And then Joe Biden needs to sign it. That's how we work. So it's not done. It is not done. All right. We all know that they are not going to default. That's not the issue. All right. That has never been an issue. All right. So the issue comes down to like what's in the actual agreement and like where budgeting is going to go, how they're going to cut budget. From what the only thing that I've seen that's like of anything of importance is student loan forgiveness is going out the window. So like for the last year, maybe 2 years since COVID, they put a pause on student loan repayment. I don't know if that froze interest rate and everything like that, so that doesn't rack up. But basically, like, there was no penalties on like your credit or anything for loans revolving around that if you're not paying it. So I would argue, all right, that is negative for the economy. Okay, so U.S. economy works basically solely off of consumption. All right, and now if that consumption is not being utilized to go buy products, but instead just paying back interest on loans, then that's going to slow down the economy. That's just one thing out of it that I took away. But it's not kind of, I haven't read the entire thing. It's 150 pages long, but it is not passed yet. So, all right, anything that's happening now that might be related to that, speculation. All right, but the pattern has been in the charts for weeks now. All right, we've been trending underneath of the A on Bitcoin and kind of just using it as resistance, but we're comfortably back above it. Market's definitely responding well to it. So definitely I'd probably be looking for a retest of at least 29,352. Secondary option would be trying to see if we can put in a higher high at 30,000, actually 31,000. Beyond that point, I'm still in the camp. I'm still in the camp of bearishness. If we can surpass 32,479, that's when people that are talking about possibly retesting 43K or 48K, I can actually like, that's legitimate now. Up until that point, all right, they are in the minority of probability in my eyes. All right. This support here at about 27,000 is related to the current structure. Okay. It's not necessarily a super support in terms of like holding the market up. I would say the only support that the market has right now would be around the 25K mark, 25,500. All right. Lines up with the 200 EMA if we were going to go ahead and stretch that out. All right. So that's our previous resistance. And then over here, previous support. That's like the only support that we have. Now the market can do this dance, but in terms of retesting, that's the only support. If we fail there, 20K is next. Doesn't require a black swan event. It's simply, that's the market. All right. When we have these fast moves that don't build any underlying support on the way up, then it's pretty much a free fall back down. So we hit that. Okay, let me go ahead and redraw these resistances real quick, actually. Resistances to be Borken. All right, which one's which? All right, I'm going to delete this one, and I want to move that one down a little bit to touch that. Okay, boom. That one's lined up correctly. I'll go ahead and add this one. Resistances to be Borken. Bojiden. Unfortunately, I was like, when I was driving around today, I was lining up a trade on the 15-minute time frame for Ethereum, but I was looking at, you know, if we put in a higher high right here, that was gonna be my next scalp trade, but now it's out the window. I didn't get entered on this trade down here, so I gotta actually take that off of my bing bong. So, I mean, if I would have kept the stop in place for the account, it would have automatically sold once we dip down there. But like I said, I'm not trying to hyper trade here. I'm not trying to take every single trade. I'm trying to treat this with my cognitive mind. So, like I said, if I wake up in the morning and there's a trade set up and I can enter, I'll take it. If I go, you know, if I'm falling asleep, I need to be there to set things up. Unfortunately, with DYDX, that stop market doesn't allow me to set up, you know, a take profit and everything like that ahead of time. I could probably set up a take profit, but because we were above where my original stop would be, if I got into that trade, that would just act as another trade and then it would just be stupid. All right. So if I am not awake when the trade gets activated, I don't want to be in it. So now on a little bit larger time frame here, we definitely have an A to a B to a C off of these three trends. So the next level would be 18,177. I am not going to spread myself too thin. We have a macro trade in terms of we have spot long, we have leverage short. All right. So I'm not going to try to like find an in between. All right. I got the small time frame scalps. If the trades are there, I take them. And then we got the long time frame things, which is hopefully going to add to our portfolio over time. BTC has it as well. BTC's actually looks a lot better, in my opinion. A to B to C. Just looks thicker. I would choose BTC short over this one. On ETH. It's the matrix of Kite. check out the US 100. US 100 is skyrocketing as well. I don't understand. People have lost their damn minds. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find out what the ticker for this is. Housing market has a big ABC on it right now. But look at that housing market boom right there. Absolutely skyrocketing. Now let's put an ABC top here. That would have been nice. We put in that that leg up. A to B to C. Wait, did we put in a higher high there? We did. Okay. What if gigantic ABC on this 100? You talking about like a like we go all the way up to here? Like big boy, big boy? I think we're done. Like if that's I think we're done. What's the ticket for housing? HGX. Sounds like a steroid. Yo, you on that HGX? Yeah, I just got in. Yeah, gold is as well. Which I mean, it makes sense because the DXY has been skyrocketing, and I mean, obviously we're looking at this from resistance. I mean, we're targeting here, but in all honesty, I mean, it doesn't look too bad. I know the macro time frame here has an ABC, but I'm not quite sure if that's going to hold it. So, I mean, gold will probably fall in value because there's not as much of an incentive to hold on to it. That bullish ABC worked out quite nice. I really hope that the pattern that we end up going with on Ethereum is kind of like I'll call it the sports guy. Instead of a whole head and shoulders going like this, he's going like this. Yay! But he's upside down on a roller coaster. That'd be pretty thick. So I'll definitely be looking on the smaller time frames as we get closer to, I mean, we're already, I think we're touching the 0.5 right now. If I'm not wrong. Yeah, we're pretty much touching it. So I'm definitely gonna be looking at like I said, as long as I'm awake and I'm at my computer, I definitely will be sitting on the 15-minute chart looking for some sort of ABC top. Like I said, when it comes to the 15-minute time frame, I'm not looking for that to be like a macro turnaround, but just something to take small advantage of. Yeah, as of right now, like it's pretty logical for the US 100 to come back up and test 15,261. And then obviously past that point, we're testing an all-time high. So, I mean, if it doesn't fail for any other reason, I mean, like it's perfectly feasible for us to go up and retest. We have a little bit of resistance where we're currently sitting at, but it's definitely not a macro pivot. So I don't know if I would like technically say like it's the resistance, but I mean, there is a small chance that we turn around here, but definitely eyes are on 15,267. Went to the local GNC today. I picked up some zinc. I didn't pick up any magnesium because I was almost positive I still have some. Yeah, I still got like a full bottle of it. They're trying to charge like $25 for a bottle of magnesium. No, it's not happening. I got zinc and magnesium, good old fashioned salt. So I'm planning to do my next fast. I looked at the ghost electrolytes that you were talking about, Johnny. I opted not to buy them because like the back of it, it has a shit ton of vitamin C, but it doesn't have, I don't think it would have enough zinc and sodium and magnesium to really like help with the fast. So I'd rather just like supplement with myself. What I'm confused about is there's so many different types of magnesium. I don't know which one like is the one that you want to take. Because I know there's a certain type of magnesium that makes it shit. But then there's another one that doesn't. This one's magnesium citrate. I don't know which ones are which. Creedmoor, what's going on? They go good. We've been well, I've been doing a little scout portfolio, just trying to get it started. Collect some data. It's going good so far. But our macro trade, not so much. Now, I have been collecting a lot of funding. I'm sure funding is hitting quite well today. me go ahead and bring that up. See if I made any fat stacks. $2.69. Is that 1 cent, 2 cents, 3 cents? The funding's actually slowing down. Huh. Thought I'd be getting more hype. Why does this look so different? There we go. Sitting at 28,400. Actually sitting a little bit less on I'm looking at hacking issue candles here, so oh yeah, we're about the same price. Oh, I didn't look at the potassium in Ghost. That's not the one. This one. Rodrigo, what's going on? Does it have potassium in it? Oh, potassium. There we go. It's 8% of your daily value. I mean, yeah, it could help. I mean, obviously, if you're drinking 5 of them a day. That's the thing, though. Like, so I wanted to get it because you said it tastes really good. I'm sure it does. I mean, it's Blue Sour Patch, but I just looked at like the price value. So like, let's say, okay, let me look at the how to use. Yeah, so it says mix each stick with 12 to 14 ounces of water. So I mean, like that's a can of liquid death, and you're supposed to drink half of your body weight. So for me, that would be 90 ounces of water a day. So that's 9 things. So yes, that would put you at like 72% of your potassium intake per day. But you get 24 servings per container. So like you go through that in less than 3 days and it costs $30. So I wouldn't buy it, is all I'm saying. Super, what's going on? What's going on? We pumping. Now we're just sitting on the sidelines, waiting for resolution, whether or not we're gonna burst, or if I can get a smaller time frame trade. I'm sure it's not gonna happen tonight because we need the B to start setting in. I don't think it's gonna happen in one night. Because I'm stinky? No, like I said, I mean, I'm sure it tastes good. It's just cost factor, man. Like, let's see. 24. So you're paying a little bit over $1 per pack. So means you would have to drink $5 worth a day. That'd be cool to try one time just for the taste, but it's just not economical. I mean, let's just break it down on a calculator because we're nerds. All right, so if you're going through a pack every 3 days, you're spending $300 a month. Yeah, $300 a month on just the hydration packets. And that's actually a little bit more because it wouldn't last you 3 days. That's 27. 20. Yeah, 27. So, and then the cost of, I mean, shouldn't be spending money on water, but yeah, that's a no-no for me. When you can spend like $10 on a whole thing of zinc, and I forgot how many were in it, but I'm sure it's more than a month's supply, and then like $20 on magnesium, and then like what, $5 on a thing of salt, and then $0 on water. I'm sure you can get potassium supplements as well. Still cheaper than eating for a day? Well, I guess, yeah, that's true. But I mean, unless you're fasting for the whole month, I guess. I've been alive for 23 years and I don't know like how many bananas you have to eat in order to get potassium, which surprisingly, bananas actually don't have a lot of potassium. I don't know what the exact percentage is, but there's definitely better foods out there. I'm going to try rolling 48s. So you're going to try to do a 48 and then let it run. Yeah, I think I'll start tomorrow. Don't know if I'll do like an actual 7-day or just a 5-day again. But should be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. Not looking forward to day 3 though. Day 3 sucks. Or maybe it gets better. Hopefully over time it gets better. See, the spy's not budging at all either. Apricot? I don't think I've ever had an apricot. I probably have. That's a lie. But I don't remember it, so it probably wasn't my cup of tea. I like kiwis. Kiwis are cool. I'm not sure. I've never had an avocado. I've had avocado oil. I've never eaten avocado. And before you say it, I haven't had guacamole either. Guac has avocados in it, right? Do you think being in a short right now would be unwise? It If you're talking about like trying to short right now, yes, because short term, there's no like signal from the market telling you to be short. But being in a short in general, it's like I'm in a short right now. I don't think that's unwise now. We caught our short from the top here and just been holding on to it. So with the resistance being in the way, just chilling. I'm short from roughly about 29,377. I'll put it on my bucket list, but I don't know. It's not something I'm like actively trying to get around to. Guac is gross. Johnny likes his New Jersey spam, and that's about it. Like that's what he eats. He's gonna go, it's tailor made. The other one eats spam. Same difference, dude. Mine's just a little bit thicker. That's all I gotta say. I like it thick. Yeah, because I'll be looking for a short over the next day or two here. The last position on the scalp account was this little tiny ABC right here. And I didn't like hold on to it. Like I said, right now I'm trying to just kind of play it by ear. We're going with 3 R&Rs. We got 2 wins and 1 loss. And the loss is a little bit of an outlier. So percentage change, definitely closer to like 0.75. And then these were definitely higher time frame A to C's. So as we collect more data, we'll see if that stays true. Yo shit come out of can. We all come out of cans, all right? That's just the way it is. Return to can. Man, Johnny would really not survive the Great Depression. That's all I'm saying. Very, very picky. Your shit come out of a can. All right, I got some well-preserved meat. I'll invite you into my bunker. All right, when shit goes down, you can go down there. But I'm sorry, it's in a can. It's not for you. You just don't have the palate for canned food. It's fine. Let me see how long I'll outlast you with my canned food. Now, I'm not debating whether or not it's good for you. I don't think like highly preservative food is good for you. But in a pinch, you know, that's what you got to do. So, tailor-made pork roll is good for up to 2 months in a freezer and up to 5 days in a refrigerator. You got 2 months, Johnny, until your tailor-made runs out. Then, I mean, like, I guess, you know, like if you're willing to come around to canned food, we'll talk about it. Or you just like die. I don't know, it's up to you, I guess. Bobby Blunt, 420. So, well, that's good advice. I was thinking I should wait until later or tomorrow until there's more price action. Only trading was $70, start with 50. Nice. You're up almost 50%. That's what's up. You're just doing good. I found something that he really, really likes. It's these, it looks disgusting right now. But it's like these little like puzzle toys. And like you put like a little disc in it. This one's bacon flavor. And he loves this thing. He loves it too much to like where like when I'm trying to go to sleep, I have to take it away from him. Because he's just over there trying to figure out his life with it. And but other than that, like he loves that thing. Have you read a book or looked into the book Think Fast and Slow? I'm reading it. It says a monkey can make the same money as a trader. Then most traders, yeah. Because I mean, if you give them 2 buttons, long and short, then yeah, they could probably make the same exact amount of money. But I don't think a monkey could develop a plan and a risk management strategy. If it can, then I don't know why we're creating AI. We should just incorporate monkeys. What if that's probably what it is? Chat GPT is just Coco. Just doing sign language at 1,000 questions per minute. Probably more than that. She's smarter than all of us combined. Yeah, there's just like, yeah. Bobby, there's nothing on the smaller time frames. Like, unless you're going with like momentum based indicators, like, yeah, the RSI is pretty oversold at this point in time, but I don't know what your trading plan consists of, but for me, it's like market structure. I need a way of entry, not just an indicator saying it. Have you been tracking your trades, Bobby? What's your let's go through it, Bobby. What's like, you don't have to tell me what your strategy is. I'm sure you might not want to share that, but like, what's the win rate, average R&R? If you're not tracking your trades, then you are an outcast. Especially if you're like, if it's something they've been doing for a while, I don't mind it if you're not tracking your trades, but if you're just starting out with a new strategy, then it's kind of a necessity. Dude, I fully like, so the idea we came up with, and like I'm sure someone out there is working on it, but I would really like an open AI like Chat GPT on the blockchain where nobody controls it. There's not a company that can disable features, and it can give you whatever answer. There's no like limitations. If it has to bullshit something, it'll bullshit it. I feel like that'd be awesome. Probably dangerous, but awesome nonetheless. I use a KDJ and Fu Manchu with a BBW to look at volatility made by caretaker. That's a whole lot. But if it's working, it's working. Looking at the wrong coin here. Probably would have taken that one. Probably would have taken this one as well. Doubt. Probably would have taken that one. What's the difference between crypto and currency trading? Technically nothing different on the surface. It's just terms of like you have less regulation in crypto, so you have options in terms of leverage and stuff like that. The percentage moves are a lot different as well. So typically like Forex, you'll have leverage up into the thousands, which to us in crypto sounds ridiculous because you would absolutely get obliterated in the market using 1000x leverage. But in Forex, where you only have like 0.25% moves, and that's like the biggest hype you have, it's a little bit different. But in terms of like how I would probably play currency markets, probably no different, to be honest with you. Like Australian dollar versus USD. That was a good 2% move right there. I'd probably still play it the same. I mean, this is a 15-minute time chart here. You just be looking for ABC tops, ABC bottoms, ABC top, ABC bottom, ABC top, ABC bottom. The random walk hypothesis suggests that the stock market prices follow a random, unpredictable pattern. True. Making it difficult for even professional traders to trade consistently. To consistently outperform the market. In this context, the analogy of a monkey throwing a dart at a spinning wheel is often used to illustrate the idea. That random selection can yield similar results to deliberate trading strategies. Yeah, so I mean, like if you look at like the best quant firms, even they only like perform the market by like 30%. So let's say that someone that would have just bought and held made 100%. Well, the quant firm would make 130%, 140%. But let's say it only went up 10%, then the quant firm would make 14% or 13%. Oh, my bad. I was meaning to do it, so I started the stream, but I had to go use the restroom, and I meant to do it when I got back. I'm sorry. That's the whole point of trading. Like, it's if you can find some sort of strategy to outperform the market, that's the thing. Like, even if you do it by a little bit, it makes a whole lot of difference in the end. Do you think it would be a bad idea to make YouTube videos documenting my trades? And no, because I mean, even if no one watches them, it's not a bad idea. Now, if you're trying to turn that into a jump start, then like I guess it's the reason why you're doing it in the first place. You can use that as your trading journal, most definitely. So like I like to go back and look at like my old vids and see how far I've come. And I think it's cool to be able to do that. Yeah, I mean, like that's what you should be going for. Like when I started this YouTube channel, like I was just starting out. Like I didn't start the YouTube channel going like, hey, I know how to trade. It was, I'm learning how to trade. And when I saw success, I tried to teach what I was learning. But definitely, like looking back at who I was versus what I am now, not the same person. Seven wins and 3 losses, killing it. What's the average R&R? That's the biggest thing. Win ratio doesn't matter if it's unless it's compared to R&R. Between 5 and 20%. So is your stop loss static? So like if you're using a 1% stop loss, you would have a 5 R&R. So like say for example, you got calculator. 5 R&R, 6 R&R, 7 R&R, 2 R&R, 6 R&R, 5 R&R. Divide that by 6. All right, you would have an average of a 5.16 R&R. And then if you had a 60% win rate, you're actually doing fantastic. But you can go ahead and plug that into a Kelly criterion calculator. Shape it up. So let's theoretically see. So I mean, if Ethereum comes back up to retest the top of this B, and possibly BTC coming back up to retest these resistances, LTC will actually be putting in its smaller time frame and larger time frame ABC here. That would be if that happens on Litecoin, I'll take the trade. If we get this ABC right here, I will take the short on Litecoin. Okay, so I mean, if let's say that you're using the average between the two, so just call it like a 7.5% stop loss. Then yeah, let's probably be looking at like 1 to 3 R&Rs, 1 to 2 R&Rs depending on what it hit. Which you definitely need a higher win rate for that. Yeah, I heard that their happening is going on. It's never typically been a big deal, to be honest with you. But it is nice. You can definitely add to the uptrends for LTC when they happen. Everything still goes off to Big Daddy. Big boy, big Bitcoin. Have you heard of Wizards Arena, Kite? No, I have not. Is that a game that you're creating? I remember someone mentioned to me that they're making an iOS game or something like that. Point of having an Apple Watch if you don't know what's texted to you. Wasn't you? What's Wizards Arena? Is it like a BRC, ERC20 NFT game thing, something? I gotta turn off my... I gotta turn my Bluetooth on. No. I have no idea what Grail is, but I was going through random BitGet charts and found my setup on it last week. This is turning into my best trade in a long time. So you actually took the trade? Or did you just draw a setup on it? And if you were in the trade, it would have worked out perfectly. Grail? Go to like an 8-hour here. So did you like just buy at the support level here? What was the trade setup? I see a long ABC here. It's up 12% from that last local low. Unless let's see. It was February 23rd. So I mean with it, what the hell is Grail? Is there more chart data on any other exchange here? God, that's ugly. Yeah, it doesn't... There's no... I mean, I see the valuation, $1,590. Where'd you get in at? If you say like $1, then I'm envious. Dude, but I'm quite concerned. Are you telling me that you have so many trades open that you forget about certain ones? It's a good, bad thing, I guess. Because, I mean, the ones that work out, you forget about them long enough where they can actually pay off before you take profit. But, if you just forgot about it, I don't know. You're in a mechanic short. Not a mechanic, matic short. From 135. Oh, you took this setup right here? That was a nice one. You've been holding on to that for a pretty decent period of time. Paying off. What's your theory on the market pumping? To me, I just see it as a retest. Because, I mean, break it down like this, all right? Just simplistic. Let's just look at what the market is for what the market is. All right? The market never just moves down or up for no reason in terms of just making shit up. All right? Unless it's price discovery, because no one knows. All right? With 25K, 25.5K being our last major support, the way that I see it is that the market wants to retest the upside to make sure, all right, that we have to go down. All right. I don't really want to add like, oh, it's debt ceiling. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. I just look at it as if we are to go down any further, we would have to basically go way down. So before the market does that, it needs to make sure that that's the correct decision. So we're testing the upside, seeing if it can hold momentum, which my hope, like I said, is just for a retest of possibly like 29K. Yeah, like that's the thing. So like people keep talking about the debt ceiling, debt ceiling, debt ceiling. First, every time they talk about it, they're like, they did it. They raised the debt. No, they haven't. Read the articles. All right. They made up a piece of paper, but it has not been signed yet. It's not official. But beyond that point, they always raise the debt ceiling. Why would they not do it now? So it's not a big deal. I feel like the market shouldn't even react to that, which in my opinion, they're not. It's just the market doing what the market do. US 100 is the outlier, but supposedly it's all the AI tech that's causing this to skyrocket. But we've surpassed this major resistance of 13.7K. I probably won't be expecting any sort of, like I said, we have a little bit of resistance where we're currently sitting, but not a whole lot. I mean, if you want to count these local highs from the uptrend, yeah. But we've already surpassed that one, so not much reason. Now, if Ethereum does this, all right, I don't even care about any support. All right, now we really got resistance. So if Ethereum, all right, this is now one of the major resistances. Let me get that up. All right, so that's the top of the A that was formed on a smaller time frame. And that's the top of the A on the larger time frame. All right, if we break back down below 1876, that to me is when like I will be more adamant that we're going to the downside. All right, right now, like although I am still bearish, all right, there's no reason for me to be bullish. All right, besides the local time frame ABCs. All right, they're decent size, they're there, they're bullish patterns. We've accounted for that. But in terms of like my macro perspective, I'm still bearish. But if Ethereum has the large time frame ABC, which it's currently holding resistance under of 2031, if we get back below 1878, we're now fighting two bearish patterns. One on the smaller time frame to help us force down on the smaller time frame, and then another one on the larger time frame. And then any support underneath that is just obliterated. So I would like to say it's the same thing for BTC, but it's not quite because BTC doesn't have necessarily like a large time frame ABC. It does from this perspective, all right. But in terms of like what we're trading off of, which is this top here, no. So I mean, if we can get underneath like 27,724, hold that as resistance, we have that bearish pattern. Now we can start moving our way down. If we get back below 25,420, it's done. It's done. Then we're going to 20K. Beyond that point, I'm not going to say like, oh, we're going to 15K. All right, 20K is the next level. The S100 is the NASDAQ index. Let me actually Google what companies. See if like NVIDIA is in the S100. I'm sure it is. What companies make up the US 100? Yeah, US 100 looks like it's all tech companies. Now you got okay, so you got Tesla, you got Amazon, you got NVIDIA, you got Apple, you got Microsoft, Adobe, Netflix. It looks like a lot of tech companies, but you also got Walgreens in there. So I'm sure it's just a good mixture, but it seems like a lot of tech companies. Micron, automatic data processing. But yeah. So yeah, NVIDIA has a lot of weight comparative to a lot of these. So NVIDIA heavily moves the NASDAQ, but it's mostly Apple and Microsoft, and Apple's been performing well ever since its local large time frame, ABC. What companies make up the SPY? You got, where is the weight? Yeah, NVIDIA makes up like a third of the SPY, so that's why NVIDIA is not moving it that much. It's still got Apple in there. Apple's actually the highest weight for the SPY. But it's got Google, Amazon. They're essentially the same. The difference is in how they're weighted. Dixon, what's going on? Dixon cider. Haha. Hee hee. Woohoo. What's going on, man? NDX. What's the difference between the NDX and... No, they're the same. 14,298. There's a little bit of difference, but not much. It's literally like $100. It's almost like using the NASDAQ, the Bybit chart versus Bitstamp. Just got off of work. So I saw BTC reverse. We're not going to 20K anymore. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. So I do think like this is a much needed retest because we just talked about it. With 25K, 25.5K being the only real support, it makes sense for the market to want to retest the upside one or two more times before it actually decides to go down. All right, because if there is, like, there's no support. There's no support. Some guy on Reddit was like, there's tons of support. There's not. There's 25K and that's it. 25K, 20K. All right, huge gap in between. So typically when we have these big gaps, the market tends to put up a fight before it actually wants to jump down. It's like over here, all right, we kind of put up a fight. We didn't necessarily touch 43K and then put up a fight, but we started going down, started putting up a fight, went back down. And you can see like there was a little bit of a fight, but once we broke 43K, there was no support. All right, look, 43K, 29K, no support underneath besides like right here, but it didn't even really matter. So we just dropped straight through. All right, right here. All right, we're going up. We put in a support level right here, but beyond that point, no support until about right here. So you can see the market puts up a little bit of fight in that region, trying to see if we can maintain, but then drops. So but with us putting in this smaller time frame ABC, if we get back underneath 27,700, not only do we have like macro pressure trying to put us to the downside, we now have that smaller time frame pressure as well. So we'll see how it works out. Either way, market's going to move. I saw the EMA ribbon flipped bearish on the daily. Isn't that a bad news? Like every other time it happened, we've gone down for a minute. Daily EMA has flipped. Daily? To me, the only EMAs that should technically matter is the larger ones. This is the 100, this is the 200. It flipped bullish back here, but obviously we've already pumped by the time it flipped. Let me go ahead and add these ones. That one, I mean, the 20-day and the 50-day have flipped, yes. But those ones can kind of switch on a dime, to be honest, because you can see like they were about to flip right here and then boom. So, I mean, this one you would have already missed the move by the time it flipped. This one you probably could have caught a decent amount of it. That one you would have caught a decent amount of it. So, yeah. I mean, I guess. But, like I said, I like looking at the price levels. The indicators just kind of like... this is the problem. Like, if you're looking at the daily EMA, all right, you're bearish because it flipped. Then over here... the daily MACD is turning bullish. So that's why indicators are a little bit wonky. But I like the EMA because it's just it's a moving average. So it does but like half the time it correlates to resistances or supports. So like a good example of this is the 200 daily is basically lined up with that 25.5K mark right now. Am I a rabbit? Is this my year? All right. I'm a rabbit. You're telling me this is my year? Oh, I'm excited. Thank you, China. So you're telling me I need to have a kid by the end of the year. Do I got 9 months left? June, July, August, September, October. Shit. I need a kid to be... When's the next year of the rabbit? You're telling me it's like 20 years away? 11 years away. 12 years away. That's how zodiacs work. All right. So I have to have a kid in 12 years. I'll be 35. Perfect. All right, so what does this mean for me? Okay. Year of the water rabbit, which is convenient because Scorpio is a water sign. I love this. I love bullshit. What does it mean? Okay. What type of rabbit am I? All right. February 16, 1990. I'm an earth rabbit. So I'm okay. Isn't wood? So I was watching like a BTC documentary and like they talked about like stuff like that. Isn't wood like the year of growth because you know trees grow? Oh, dude, I'm the Albert Einstein rabbit. Who wants to be David Beckham when he can be when he can be Einstein? Fantastic. Oh, I love this. It's making me feel good about myself, even though I didn't deserve anything. All right, lucky numbers. 34,000. Oh, this is ass. 34 and 46? You telling me I should be looking for 34 to 46,000, which is conveniently our resistances? I no longer like this. All right, so what does it mean? Like, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to live my life now, according to this zodiac? Should I watch the video? Is that what? All right, I'm gonna watch a video. I can't watch it. Do you guys want sound? You guys probably want sound. Man, frick you. What gets me is he's obviously white, but he's talking. I can't sit through all this. I just tell me how I'm supposed to live my life. All right, it's my year. What do I do with it? All right, I'm an Earth Rabbit. Frank, straightforward, ambitious, hardworking, but slightly reserved. All right, I mean, anybody could fit that. My name, Monk. I'm most compatible with piggies. Best careers for rabbits. Breeding. Excuse me? Are you trying to force me into sex work? All right, what am I supposed to do with this information? It's finally the year of the rabbit, and we can all chill. It's the year of the rabbit. We should be focusing on rest, introspection, working smarter, not harder. Tell me what I'm supposed to do with my life. You said, have I read my daily horoscope? From which website? All websites are different. The only thing that's cool about our horoscope is we're the only horoscope that has evolutions. Did you know that? So supposedly, like Scorpios, forgot what it was. I think you start off as a scorpion, and then you go to an owl, and then you go to Phoenix, which is, I think, pretty dope, even though it's basically meaningless. All right, dear Scorpio, beware of becoming involved in any dispute today. Too late, as minor conflicts and disagreements are predicted. I really haven't had one today. All right, bullshit. The moon might generate anxiety and hasty decisions when it's in Leo. It's best to avoid getting involved with anything that has the potential to go out of hand. Like what? All right, I haven't taken a trade today, but I'm thinking about it now. Duper, I went through a conspiracy porn phase recently and revisited Zeitgeist a few days. Are you familiar with it? We've been talking about it on stream for like 2 weeks. Where you been, Duper? And Zeitgeist isn't conspiracy. It's just facts. The first Zeitgeist, all right, has the 9/11 conspiracy in it. But besides that, everything else is true. The economic hitman, that's not a conspiracy. That's true. All right, it's like it's there. All right, we know we're doing that to countries. How our economic system works, true. Now, I guess it's a matter of perspective, but I mean, there's nothing really wrong with it. The movie, that is. Our economic system, a little bit screwed up. I love Zeitgeist. I've been trying to get people to watch it like for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, if they haven't seen it. I watched that when I was 11. When I was 11, I was in like 5th grade, and I was watching YouTube videos about FEMA camps. and then I came across Zeitgeist. I was like, everything is screwed up. I have no future. I'm going to get an RFID chip in my right hand or my forehead. They're going to track me at every single point in time. I was very, very paranoid. So, I mean, like 9/11, is it Building 7? All right, that's a little bit suspicious. What is also suspicious is the fact that there was a stupid amount of shorts, particularly on the company that was involved with it, like 2 days ahead of time. That's suspicious in a building that is multiple blocks away, that received no impact, collapses instantaneously. Those are the two things. How about that sushi long? Man, sushi. I don't even have it on my watch list anymore. Sushi. Sushi could have been so much if they didn't go and frick it all up. Man, sushi really seeing some new all-time highs now. It's putting in some work. Me and Johnny are watching a new show, by the way, and the first episode was actually really good. He brought up a show last night called like Tulsa Man or something. Tulsa King. Really good show. If you haven't seen it. I'm excited to watch the second episode tonight with my boy Johnny. Oh my goodness, how's EOS doing? How's EOS? EOS is a currency, so I mean, it's probably going down. Oh yeah, EOS. Off a cliff. Oh my goodness. It's going backwards in time. What do you think Alan Watts would say about AI? That's a good question. I wish he was still alive. Honestly, I don't know. Because Alan Watts, like, in all of his talks, which I've listened to almost every single one, like he never really mentioned technology of his time all that much. It was more just related to like the human psyche and how we live life. I guess, I mean, if he's talking about like LSD is a technology. I'm reading the Discord now where you brought up sushi. Is Pepe dead? It's always been dead to me. Like besides being on stream, I have never looked at the Pepe chart. It is not something that like pops into my head on a daily basis. In no way, shape, or form. I'm okay. But if you, I mean, like, is that honest? Is that an honest question? Is Pepe dead? Was it even alive? Or was it a lifeless corpse of the meme market being resurrected for a final hurrah? You know? Look on some other coins. Give me a trade. Give me a trade. I just need a trade. Give me a trade. I want it. I'm like a hungry hippo, but for trades. There's nothing. Nothing at all. They're all too far. I'll go 100. See, man, that's disappointing. Are you in? All right, I'm gonna have to copy and paste this. You really think I know this word? Is that like the people that hate frogs? That's my guess based on the structure of that word. Okay, anaphobia. Did you just make that word up? And no, I actually advocate for frogs because they're turning them gay, okay? Which is a fact, by the way. Don't want to hear any ifs, ands, or buts. Adenosine turns the frickin' frogs gay. All right? Technically hermaphroditic, but... All right. Let the frog choose. Don't... Let him cook. Not literally in terms of like French legs, but let him cook. Let him make his own choices. It was adenosine, right? That's the chemical. It's making the frickin' frogs gay. When I just like move my feet around, I just feel a floof underneath me. I love when fish just walks around. I just pinch him. It just pinches his little fat rolls. In the spirit of conspiracy porn phase, I'm in. So my conspiracy is that conspiracies are a psyop to cover up legitimate acts. So like early 2000s, when YouTube had no filter, all right, government goes, all right, we got some conspiracy theories that are true. So what they do is they use the ego, like the human ego, the Hugo, against itself, all right? Because obviously we like having more knowledge than the next guy. It makes us feel important. So what happens is, all right, you put out some bullshit, and then the human ego eats it up and then starts spewing it to other people like an infection. So then it starts this wildfire of shit that makes no sense, and it covers up everything else that's legitimate. That's my favorite conspiracy theories. Is that all conspiracy theories are fake. Or maybe not all of them. I don't know. Like, I mean, I haven't really all conspiracy theories that like I pay attention to in my mind are like true. Like, and all like happens to be like around the economy and stuff like that, which is like, it's not a conspiracy. It's just the facts. And then how long do we play into that? You ever listen to the Philosopher's Mixtape on YouTube? I have not heard of it. Is it a channel or legitimately like a thing called Philosopher's Mixtape? I mean, my most recent thought is that the US government creates crypto exchanges not only to track crypto wallets, but to intentionally make them fail. Now, I had this idea, and then Sean Webb also had this idea, but he wants to take it a step further. And basically, like Great Reset combined with crypto, CBDC rollout, all that kind of stuff, which I mean is nothing new. But the problem with Alex Jones is he's not like just coming up with bullshit. Like, as much as you might hate him, which is completely valid, like a lot of the stuff has some sort of backstory to why he's saying it. I mean, some of the shit that he's like proven is like absolutely ridiculous. I think like the thought that I've had lately is everybody on the internet seems to have this consensus that Tesla, like, was like the best inventor. He had all this stuff, but he got shut down by the government. My thing is, why can't you do it? Like, that's the question. I'm not saying no. I'm like, listen, I want it to be absolutely true, and I believe it is. Like, I believe, he showed off at the World's Fair, wireless power. He talked about how the Earth is basically just a gigantic magnetic generator, and power is pretty much limitless, and it should be free for everybody. And he had many other great machines. My thing is like, if Tesla could figure it out, like, what's stopping someone else from figuring it out? And not just like a government lab. I'm talking about like Tesla. Yes, he had funding from like JP Morgan. So he probably could get pretty damn good tools for the time. But in comparison, what the normal average middle class American could probably have access to compared to what Tesla could have access to, they probably could get very similar results. So I don't know if it's because like you have this inferiority complex where like Tesla is like the world renowned inventor and he was the smartest man in the world. When someone asked Albert Einstein who the smart, like what it felt to be like the smartest man in the world was. He said, asked Tesla. So like, we're told that he was like incredibly smart. So what if that's like preventing people from even trying it? I'm sure other people have. My thing is like, if I found out, I wouldn't tell the public. I would just create my own city. And then like use it for my people. Like I wouldn't try to like commercialize it and do all that stuff. Because like that's where like the big corporations step in and try to shut you down because you're taking away from their bottom line. But you know, I'll put into my little compound, make sure my people are doing good. And they could post the schematics on the blockchain, and then really what's preventing it? Because they can't take it down. Like old internet, they could probably censor pretty good. But now with the blockchain, if you come up with, you know, a device that you feel like the world should have, it's not about commercializing it and like trying to get like subsidies to build it for everybody. Let them do it. Let them cook. It's like the crop circle that had schematics for how like anti-gravity machines work. All right, basically it's just like mercury, and then you put it in like a perpetual spinning motion. Obviously it would have to be pretty fast, but like you have the concept. Why don't you try it? See for yourself. Instead of just looking shit up on the internet. I'm buying a Tesla when Pulse Chain hits a penny. Oh, Pulse Chain. Dude, I don't believe in Richard Hart. I'm sorry. I don't. I don't know what I can do with this. All right, we're on the 30-minute time frame. All right, ABC, there you go. Like, that's the chart. It's so tiny. There's nothing I can do with it, man. I'm sorry. Bro, he called the top. How can you not believe in him? All right, where's the tweet at? Pulse.com is over $1 billion. See, I was watching an interview from him, and I need receipts. Richard Hart is a force for good. Sell all your watches, bro. What are you doing? All right. Let's go to Richard Hart's profile. And then we'll do it ourselves. All right, so we got two tops. We got the 10th of November, 2021, and Wednesday the 14th, April 2021. So both 2021, November and April. I cannot trust a man who tweets this much to cover up. You're telling me it's going to take me 8 years to scroll down to find this magical tweet? Where's all his tweets? Can I not go back? Can I not go back that far? Oh. Wayback Machine, please. Okay. All right, so we're going to all right, so we're looking for 2021 and we're going all right, so we're looking for what? Was it May? It was April. So we need something either around April or on April. Why is there no snapshots? Oh, come on. Is there a way to like go and look up That's not my phone number, by the way, guys. So I'm good on that front. Richard Hart. Is there no way to like search up specific like because this is not a retweet. This is not a retweet. All right. This is simply a picture. Oh. F me, dude. Did I just... Oh, God. Where'd that picture go? No way. It was literally just a picture of his Louis Vuitton bags. Oh, God. This man.
here, kid. You gotta just go for it.
He tweets 70 times a day to the point where I can't go back in his history.
Don't think about what comes after or what came before. You just gotta bend your knees, take a deep breath, and jump. And you might think, what if I fall? Well, what if you don't? What if you fly? Just be here, kid. You gotta just go for it.
I don't trust that man with a 10-foot stick. That's all I'm saying. No, like I know the whole thing of like, oh, he called the top in 2017. He called it this time around. But I think I was watching Crypto Face, and he was like, I called the top on this day. But I think we were down here when that happened, when that Crypto Face interview was happening, and then went up again. Is that a picture? This is Kite Jesus. Settings, transparency. It's Kite Jesus. So, listen. That video just seems like he's giving a crystal ball number, like out of sarcasm. And then he takes that small clip and then it makes him into a crypto trading god. But so like, I am not going to go back and watch hour-long episodes of Richard Hart. Not my style to watch a man that looks like Count Dracula. I can't tell what he's saying right after that. It's almost like he admits it right afterwards. Yeah, it just sounds like me, like when someone comes into my chat going like, hey, what do you think the price could be? And I'll be like, 120K. And it's like, I do that 100 times. And then one of those ends up being, and then you go back and you clip that. And then you use that as proof. This guy just like went all beta male on this guy. I hate using that term, but this guy goes, I'm pretty sure I remember you saying you're going to 100K when CME opened. And then Richard Hart goes like, you're wrong. And he goes, maybe you changed your call. That's cool. But I do remember hearing you say that. And then just backed away from the conversation. No. My thing is like Hex got called out for being a fraud and he started getting into deep shit. And all of a sudden Hex gets forked over and completely left behind to Pulse Chain. It seems like it was a backup plan. My thing is we'll let time tell. But I just don't trust that man. Okay, after I cuddled and slept with my new local OnlyFans model girlfriend for the first time ever, she told me I snore. Is there a way I can test to see if it's true? Is there a snore test available? Yeah, dude. You can just record it on your phone. Are you sure you weren't like asleep to start? What's up, buddy? I'm doing an investigative work right now. That's why I'm silent. So, my thing is, when you make so many predictions as a YouTube personality, to hang on to any one of those predictions, whether they're right or wrong, is ridiculous. So, just going back, all right, I'm looking at a live stream of his when we were sitting in this range. All right. And the entire time, he's telling everybody, like, this is a trap door and that it was going to end up turning into this from over here and that we were going to dump down. So if he's thinking that, he did not call that as the top of the bull market because that's not the top. And I can't find. I'll keep looking if you guys want me to. Maybe nobody wants to tune. This is just something that I'm interested in because I don't trust the guy. But that's the thing. Like, you make so many predictions. And I'm sure he's made all the same amount. So, like, let's just compare YouTuber to YouTuber. Right? I made predictions in the past of what I think is going to happen. But I don't clip them, make tweets, and then build my personality around it. All right. I barely bring up the 100 to 100K challenge portfolio anymore. All right. Even though I might do a video about it pretty soon just for clicks, and try to like warn people that like, yes, it is enticing that you would want to do something like that, but the reality of it is just not quite the same as the thought of it. Does Raven have happenings? I don't know. Somebody gotta Google. But I think I'm gonna end the stream. I've been streaming for 2 hours and 13 minutes, and it's time for me to watch the show with Johnny. Kite Christ. I gotta line this up with my mustache. There we go. He's always been here. He's always here. Always in the background. We're keeping him down towards the 20K mark because that's where we want to see price action go. Kite, are you buying any shitcoins? I don't want to call Cadena a shitcoin. Cadena is the only coin that I'm actually banking on. Of course, Bitcoin, Ethereum, got a little bit of Litecoin. Always hold Litecoin. Because although I don't think it's doing as well as I hoped, until BTC really like starts becoming the mainstream in terms of like it's almost capped out. It's the gold to silver thing. Gold is always worth tremendously more than silver, but it just comes down to when like the decibels become non-divisible. He said, LOL, what the that's so bearish. What do you mean? 20K is not too far away. It's not bearish whatsoever. All right, bearish is me calling us going down to 3.8K. All right, this is these are the logical levels. It was 16.3K. All right, 16.2K. All right, if we continue and we dump past that, then our next logical level is 9.8K. All right, These are the supports. Like I'm not being bearish. I'm being realistic. All right. If Ethereum is in a gigantic bearish ABC and BTC has tremendous amounts of resistance to the upside, but if we look at BTC, all right, besides the previous support / resistance of 24, 25K, all right, there's no support. There's a little bit here at 24K, little tiny bit. But beyond that point, there's nothing until we get to 20K. Please don't be like the Redditors. All right, the people on Reddit were like, it would take a black swan event for us to see 20K again. Dude, it could happen tomorrow. Like, that's how quick the market moves. To pretend that something is not, could never happen is ridiculous. All right, like I said, if we see above 32.4K, all right, then yeah. Like, it could happen the very next day, we're up to 48K. I'm going purely based off of support and resistance. Listen, I don't think BRC20 stuff is going to be all that crazy. Because, I mean, it's just a repeat of Ethereum. All right, NFTs added extra hype to the bull market, yes. But look at where those NFTs are now. They're practically worthless. All right, so I don't think people are going to fall for it twice, even though obviously there's always someone looking to be duped. Duper. But the statement it would take a black swan event to see 20K is just so arrogant. It blows my mind that people can legitimately have that thought process. People think that a black swan event is FTX. FTX barely put a dent in the market. A true black swan event is like COVID. Literally, in a matter of like a day, it dropped from 8 grand to it dropped 50% in a day. That's a black swan event. But for us to break support and build resistance and gradually move down, that's not a black swan event, dude. Come on. That is. And like, if we just keep the same trajectory, we're not going to hit it until like July, like the end of July. Stop. Hi, Kite. Haven't been around your channel for a while. How's your trading performance been this year? Pretty slow because I have switched to more of a swing trader mindset. The last major trade that we had was we took this ABC trade in order to catch it early on the possibility that we come back above this support. So we had gigantic ABC here, ABC, and then within the C wave, we had this right here. And it was kind of like the last ditch chance. 16.3K was the last major support level before we would possibly go back down and test 10K. So I was like, it's either here or never. So we took that ABC trade, held it all the way up to here, made about 1,300% profit. And then I tried shorting this ABC, held on to it, market went up, and now I'm currently in ABC from here. So it's been slow. All right, but still definitely profit because, I mean, I got stopped out maybe 2 or 3 times up in this region. But this was like a 12 R&R trade, so it doesn't matter. Then we made a nice short trade on FTX, that whole debacle from the ABC right there. And I took a ABC long from here, which was hedged during that. So, I mean, definitely been killing it in terms of like profit versus loss. But in terms of like 100xing a portfolio in the matter of a bear market, no. Can't say it hasn't been that lucrative. Or can't say it has been that lucrative. But let's go ahead and play some Wordle so I can go ahead and watch this show with John. And keep on trucking. Like I said, I am excited to continue to take small time frame trades. It's just unfortunate there's nothing for me to take right now. So hopefully over the next day, we form the B and hopefully start moving into a C so I have something to short. Or possibly we go down and do one of these and I get another long position on it. Another retest to the upside. But all right, let's play some Wordle. I don't have my ad blocker on. No, get away from me. There we go. All right. Audio. Snake. So why did I even do that? I knew the K wasn't there. Dang it. All right, so maybe it's SKI. Skill. Okay, well, at least we got those three. That's good. All right, SKI. I don't know. Skips. Oh, okay. SKIP. Go. I'm just gonna start trying letters. SKIQP. SKIWP. Squip. P. Skirp. Skitbup. YP. Skimp. Okay, that's definitely a good one. Let me see what my other options are here. Makes no sense. 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 I'm going with skimp. Boom. I couldn't look at the chat for any help because I was afraid Johnny was going to come up in here and tell me what the answer was from his stream today. And I couldn't risk it. How's the Excel sheet coming along? Forget it. Forget the Excel sheet. All right. It's never coming along. Never. All right, guys. Let's do the thing and go ahead and log off for tonight. So I can go into my deep web research of Richard Hart's past where he's not even actually really using his real name and his past is full of spam fraud and forging. Who would have thought like a man that's like an expert in spam emails and spam snail mail would have success in advertising his product to people that have hopes and dreams. Crazy. Let me do that first. Come here. Bye.